Here's a lesson in Christian parenting. You need to let God be your children's God. God gives them to you to care for and to instruct in right and wrong, but at some point they will be grown and responsible before God for their own actions. You need to let God guide them and draw them and teach them and bring them safely home while using them for His good purposes along the way. You should give your children over to the Lord, just as Samson was set apart to God from the womb. If you do give them to the Lord, then you need to trust Him to work things out. You can't give them to the Lord and then try to work out your plans for their lives. And then come the times when they make the wrong choice. They think it is right. Samson saw the Philistine woman, and she was right in his eyes. He was sure she was the right choice. His parents are pretty sure this is a bad idea. They pointed out and encouraged him as they can towards choosing an Israelite wife. But in the end, they have to accept that this is from the Lord. I'm sure many parents of adults know the feeling when your child is making a decision that you think is a bad idea. From not going to college, to getting a motorcycle, to choosing a different type of church than they were raised in that you know is all wrong. And in many ways that would be considered much, much worse. But let's think, is God sovereign? Do you believe He is in control? Is He able to stop them? Does He have it in His power? Does He love them, even more than you, and care about their future? Seeing as how He created them and planned their future, that's an obvious yes. They are all obvious yeses. So if God is not stopping them, He's at work in another way. Part of that might be working in you to trust Him to be their God, and for you to not try to interfere and take on the role of God yourself. If you have prayed and asked God to change their mind and have put the outcome into His hands, trust Him with it. You still love your child and encourage them in following the Lord and seeking Him for what's right and sharing biblical wisdom, but you maintain relationship, not demanding your way. Know that this is from the Lord. That doesn't at all mean it's good and right, the right decision. It means God's going to use this for their good and His glory. It's going to be part of their story of sanctification and how God is leading them and others into His righteousness, and finally safely home into an eternal dwelling with Him.